What's up guys, Freaky back again. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, please subscribe and drop a like. Cheers. Now straight into it, can we just point out how wild 2024 has been? I'm talking batshit crazy wild. It looks like the whole year has flown by, to be honest, but if we look back at the most memorable moments of this year, boy do we have a lot to unpack. Now me personally, it's been quite a crazy year for me. I've made a couple of positive steps in my life. I moved house, I got into a serious relationship, lost weight. What's that? Oh, right, of course, nobody gives a fuck about me anyways. Why am I talking about myself? Let's jump into what has made this year a crazy year. Number 1, Katt Williams. Yep, Katt motherfucking Williams pretty much kicked off the year for every single one of us. This man called it. From the moment his interview on Club Shay Shay dropped, he pretty much set the tone for the year. Top dogs in the industry, politicians, famous people, sportsmen, comedians, actors. This man threw down the gauntlet and told everybody, come at me, bro. I have to give this man the credit though. A couple of people he called out earlier this year are in trouble right now. Like, I'm not saying he's directly responsible for the downfall of these individuals, but the fact that Katt Williams name dropped a couple of people and down the line they end up in trouble, that man is either a comedian or a prophet. The line tends to get blurred when it comes to these people, right? Comedians and prophets. I mean, comedians can be prophets. And if you want to see prophets become comedians, come to my country to find out. You'll see loads of them.
Your time is up, my time is now. You can't see me, my time is now.
Being a man of God in Nigeria, boy, you better be ready to entertain people.
Up there. I'll tell you, I don't like the looks of this at all. Wait a minute. Oh my God. Don't you kidding me? You gotta be kidding me. No, don't do this. The superplex. The king size superplex.
Anyways, Katt Williams did his thing, said what he had to say, peaced out, and it's been chaos ever since. Number 2, Drake versus Kendrick. This has to be the biggest highlight of the year in terms of entertainment, in terms of music, in terms of hip-hop in particular. I don't think I need to rehash how the whole thing went down. There's already people who have this thing documented down to the letter, so I'm just, this was a flashpoint for everybody who had something to do with music or entertainment this year. Sides were picked, bars were dropped, music was slapping on both sides. I'm not Team Kendrick or Team Drake or anybody, but simply looking from a perspective of somebody who is in love with hip-hop in general, both parties brought their A game. It's just somebody was playing chess, the other person was playing checkers. Kendrick won this thing by a landslide. Pretty much cemented himself as the artist of the year, pretty much cemented his songs and his spot when it comes to the hierarchy of the best diss tracks of all time. Even in the hierarchy of rap battles and beef tracks, this has to be right up there with the top 3 rap battles that have ever existed in the history of hip-hop. Comment below if you think there's any rap battle that beats this one, because honestly, it might be number 1 for me. I'm not sure if there is a track that has done this much damage to one man's reputation before. Maybe it's because of the social media age, maybe it's because of the kind of allegations that were dropped in these tracks, or maybe it's because Kendrick is just simply a force of nature. The damage this has done to Drake, and to Drake fans in particular, is monumental to say the least. Speaking of allegations, let's not forget there was somebody who actually took the matter into his own hands and jumped at a judge in a court of law. When it comes to memeable moments and people becoming the main characters on the internet, I have to say that guy in particular is my funniest moment on the internet this year. Number 3, Hawk Tour Girl. How do I even put this? There are people who tend to have 15 minutes of fame. Occasionally, you come across somebody who just blows up with the most regular stuff, but somehow the internet just embraces you and does its possible best to push you to the top of relevancy. Hawk Tour Girl's rise to fame, and possibly downfall as well, depending on when you're watching this video, is crazy. How do you go from having a regular interview at the side of the road and saying something everybody is pretty much familiar with?
What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time?
Oh, you gotta give him that hawk too and spit on that thing. You get me?
How did that translate into worldwide fame and becoming a celebrity of your own? This girl has zero known talent. Regular girl saying a regular thing on the internet, and how did we let this happen? Now there's a Talk Tour podcast, there's Hawk Tour merch, there's Hawk Tour this, there's Hawk Tour that. I don't even know if I can call this girl a meme anymore, because she's pretty much owned the meme, owned the internet, and become a force of her own. She actually has stans now. She has a big enough following right now that she's capable of pulling a Bitcoin scam on her followers if she wanted to. Oh wait, she actually did pull a Bitcoin scam. See you in court, I guess. Hawk Tour Girl. I can't wait to see how this goes down concerning her. But she'll probably be fine anyways. The industry tends to favor shady and dishonest people. That's the Hollywood way, baby. Speaking of shady and dishonest people, number 4, Diddy. Yep. What else needs to be said? Looks like everything Diddy's been doing for the past few decades finally caught up to him. CCTV videos, house raids, lawsuits, fake apology, bottles of baby oil, YouTube essays. Basically, it was his time to go. You can only do so much evil without it catching up to you eventually. Regardless of how the industry or your lawyers or law enforcement let you get away with it, lies can run for 20-30 years, but the truth takes only one day to catch up with it. Shout out to my African elders for that legendary proverb. Truer words have never been said. Number 5, Trump. Again. Honestly, at this point, I'm losing count of how many times Donald Trump is a talking point on every platform in the world. This man did one of the most ballsiest thing any individual in human history has ever done. Not only does he get to rule the USA once, he gets to rule them twice. Donald Trump has competed for the presidency against 2 women and he's beat them down both times. Not only did he beat them down, he actually beat a court case, a smear campaign, assassination attempts, plural, and loads of slander on the internet. At this point, whatever this man says he is absolutely is, because you don't get to defeat the odds as he's done. Trump has done the impossible. And honestly, regardless of whether you like or hate the man, you have to respect that. I certainly do. Oh, and by the way, speaking of Trump, Nicola Pepe, explain yourself. Explain this. How does this union even happen? Obviously, it's not a new thing. Famous figures date each other. Sportsmen tend to like freaky girls. But this crossover though, Nicola Pepe, who is a very introverted guy, seems to be a very humble and low-key guy, and Tiana Trump, like, I know opposites attract and all that, but how do we explain how do we explain this? The hot ones were the hot ones, I guess. I really can't wait to see how this pans out. While we're on the topic of our friends, in that line of business, what's up with Gucci Man third leg guy, or whatever his name is? Why did that brother go around doing all of that? Did damage to every last 200 women, I guess he's been with. Burning birds, sowing seeds, spreading sores all over the place. This man caused such a ruckus on the internet after stories came out that he had an STD. Every woman he slept with pretty much got exposed. Whether you had it, whether you got it, whether you didn't, you were a topic of conversation for like 2 weeks. The fact that the damage from one man could make everybody in an industry come together like the flipping Avengers was funny to see, to be honest. Number 7, Manchester City. I don't know if we can call it a downfall yet, but the way they've actually crashed and burned in the second half of this year has been nothing but absolutely comedic. A super team destroying everything in their path. I guess we're still on this theme of one man doing damage to like a shit ton of people, because the loss of one man in that team led to a pretty abysmal run for an entire football team. The kind of run they're on right now has shown us something we've never seen before, even in the career of Pep Guardiola himself. And I hope to God and to everything righteous that this continues. Please, this man have to be brought down and taken down for good. Let football heal. Number 8. Someone actually bought a banana for $8.3 million. Yep, that happened. Apparently there was an auction. One of the items on the auction was a banana. Not even a bunch of bananas, not a basket of bananas, not even 2 bananas, bro. One banana, $8.3 million. It seems pretty dodgy to me anyways. When you look deeper into this kind of stuff, it's probably a money laundering scheme. That has to be the most expensive fruit ever. And what did this man do when he bought it? Wait for it. He ate it. Number 9, Ice Spice lost weight. Losing weight is a good thing, but not in the case of Ice Spice. I have to say, I feel sorry for the girl because she's doing what's best for her body. But when your body is also your biggest selling point, bigger than your music, losing that particular asset, no pun intended, can be detrimental for your career. Now she is losing monthly listeners on Spotify, losing fans. I'm not even trying to be funny, by the way. It's literally like the ice is melting. I guess she could take this as a challenge though. Maybe now she can actually work on her music and stop depending on other stuff to sell the music for her. So I guess we have to cross our fingers now and await what music she serves us.
I really don't like her. I just shit in my diaper. Shake my ass at the deli. Now the deli is smelly. Taking a dookie. He's calling me poopy. I really like ham. And I really like your man. And I really don't like her. And I shit in my diaper.
Number 10. Luigi Mangione. Now, I know I've already mentioned a couple of internet main characters, but the main of mainest characters has to be this guy who has made a last-minute entry to the top of the list of the internet main character for 2024. I mean, what does it take to be famous these days? You could do anything, be anything, you could do anybody. I don't even know how to explain this. Was it a hit? Is he an assassin? Is he an activist? Is he trying to be a cult hero? Is he trying to be somebody who will be worshipped by a particular set of people? I guess if he looked different, I mean, if he looked like this rather than this, it would be easy to label him an incel or something. But the fact that this guy happens to be conventionally attractive, the kind of reception this guy has been getting is pretty sad to see. I mean, his pictures are being put up in raves, he's being thirsted after. I guess he's going to be getting tons of love letters in jail. He's become a sex symbol. If this year has shown us anything, is that anything is possible. And fame is one hell of a drug. Now everybody knows Luigi. I'm pretty sure if I Google Luigi right now on the internet, Luigi Mangione is going to come up before Luigi of the Super Mario Bros. And that to me is a flipping travesty. 2024 by the numbers: 1,000 bottles of baby oil, 400 sex tapes, 100 men for a gangbang. Yep, somebody actually tried to set that record. And she's going for 1,000 men next. I think she might have a mental illness. Not to mention, one song played on stage 5 times in a row. Put it down in the comments if you've ever seen a song played 5 times in a row on stage, because that has to be a first for me. Kendrick setting the pace, setting the standard, and being the main character for the year 2024. Can I just say one last thing? These balloon popping shows, I know they didn't get popular in 2024, but can we please leave them in 2024? They're probably never gonna go away, and they're going to disrupt and destroy the dating landscape for years to come. We are cooked. Subscribe and like the video. That's my highlights of the year 2024. If you have your highlights as well, or you feel like I left something out, put it down in the comment below. Let me know what your own personal highlights were as well. If you like this video, please drop a like, subscribe to the channel to see more of my videos, and please turn on the notification bell to see more of my videos anytime I post them. Until the next time you see me, or the next time that I see you, Freaky out. Bye.